Sexual Assault Awareness Month is observed each April and is a campaign that aims to increase awareness about the causes and risk factors for sexual assault and empowers individuals to take steps to prevent it in their communities. Coming up on Polk Place, we'll talk with Peace River Center, so make sure you stick around. Welcome to Polk Place. I'm Brian Lacey, and joining me in studio is Melissa Irving. Melissa is a program manager with Peace River Center. Welcome to the show, Melissa.
Thank you.
As we heard in the intro, April being Sexual Assault Awareness Month, talk to me a little bit about that. What do we want the residents of the county to know about that?
So Sexual Assault Awareness Month is the time of the year where we, all over the world, just take action to raise awareness for support of victims of sexual violence or survivors of sexual violence. And so we garner activities and we get involved with community events to just bring awareness around, what people can do to support survivors, how the community can prevent sexual violence, and just make sure that they know about our services to sexual assault survivors. So,
talk to me as you speak, services for sexual assault survivors. Talk to me a little bit about what Peace River can do for them.
So we offer free and confidential counseling services to anybody the ages of 12 and up for primary and secondary sexual assault survivors. And so we also provide hospital advocacy. We will go to the hospital and provide emotional support, information, and make sure that survivors know their rights while they're at the emergency room reporting a sexual crime. We provide court advocacy, support groups. We have moved our support groups to an online platform due to the pandemic. And we also just do a lot of community awareness and outreach events.
You mentioned court advocacy and, of course, support in the hospital. Talk about the importance of giving that support after the trauma, and, of course, most of all, taking it to court, and the importance of having somebody in their corner.
Absolutely. So we know that usually when survivors do show up to the hospital, they are sometimes alone. They don't have support. If they are going to have a forensic exam, no one can be in the room with them. And so the hospitals will call out our program, our advocates, to come and provide just that emotional support, let the survivors know their rights. And it's important for survivors to know that they have the right to a free forensic exam, to know the steps of what that looks like, be able to mitigate conversations with law enforcement, just to let them know what to expect from law enforcement. That it's so important to have the advocate there in the room with the survivor so they know that they are supported through a very difficult time. And then a lot of times the cases don't really make it through the court process all the way. And so we want to make sure that they also know what the legal process looks like and that they also have that same support in the courtrooms. So survivors of sexual violence can get injunctions for their protection. It's the only injunction that requires law enforcement report. And so oftentimes the survivor doesn't know how to mitigate that, getting the injunction for their protection. And so they will go with them, show them the paperwork, help them complete that, and then we'll show up to court with them just to be that emotional support, even though they might have a friend or a family, but we're still there as a presence, so they know they're all supported. They're not alone through the process.
Melissa, as we spoke, this is an April event in just 30 days, but talk about the importance of it being 365 days a year, if you would, please.
Absolutely. So sexual assault does not stop in April. The awareness does not stop. Prevention does not stop. Our services do not stop. Here we serve Polk, Hardy, and Highlands County, and we see survivors last year we had about 151 survivors that received services from our program. And so it is so important that if you know someone who has been sexually assaulted, to get them our information, to get them connected to services right away, whether they decide to take advantage of it or not. It is really important so that person knows that they have support already in place for them.
One of the programs that you offer is for youth. Talk to me about that program and why it's important for them to know that this isn't an acceptable behavior, if you would.
Absolutely. So prevention is so important right now, and we do have a prevention advocate in our program to just be able to let the young people know that their behaviors impact people's future, and it's important for them to know right now that consent is very important. And being that we are in a time where people are just doing kind of what they will, and not getting permission because everything seems to be okay. Dealing with the youth, we have to start letting them know that they have to get consent, and it's important to get that lesson now before something happens later. Yeah.
Melissa, we have just a little bit of time left. If you would stress to the folks how important this program is, not only this month, but every day, and leave them with a final thought, if you would, please.
So the program that we provide, the services that we provide here at Peace River Center for survivors of sexual violence and sexual assault are so important because the impact of sexual violence on someone's life can be a lifelong journey to healing. And we feel that it is important that survivors know that they are supported, that they have a voice in the community, that they know that Peace River Center is here to provide them with information, to provide them with support, counseling, and it's just so important because we know that the instances of sexual violence are going up. It is a very underreported crime, and if the earlier that someone says something, the better it is, the better chances it is for a survivor to get the help that they need to get their healing journey started.
Well, Melissa, come back and see me again, if you would, please.
I will, thank you.
Thank you for coming in today. Every 73 seconds, an American is sexually assaulted, and every 9 minutes, that victim is a child. That's why April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and Peace River is focused on raising awareness and helping to prevent sexual violence. Peace River Center is hosting 2 free webinars to explain their rape recovery program and how it helps survivors in Polk, Hardy, and Highlands County. For example, did you know that Peace River Center advocates respond within 1 hour to local hospitals where a rape is reported? They provide guidance and support as well as clothing care package. The Rape Recovery Program offers many more programs for survivors regardless of whether they report to police or how long ago the assault happened. Now you can learn more and participate in their awareness days by visiting www.peacerivercenter.org/SAAM.